I should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Well, good morning, Cherries fans, and welcome back to the channel and welcome to Cherry AM. Of course, today's a very, very special show where we are celebrating our 100th episode. And to help us celebrate, we've got a couple of guests who Craig will introduce shortly, but I'll bring Craig in now, who's going to reminisce about his idea. Craig, Cherry
Hello,
AM.
Matt. You're all right, mate? How you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. So 100
buzzing.
episodes. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we've got Cherry Slaps tonight.
Yes.
Where we will discuss the game.
About that.
Yeah. But we're here to celebrate 100 episodes, Craig, of Cherry AM.
Yes.
Which was your original idea? Just for everyone watching, just give us a little bit of an insight into the idea and how it's grown over the last, 5 months?
Yes, yeah. So everybody has seen, Soccer AM and the Big Breakfast and things like that. And, people enjoy getting up with their latest news, a little bit of humor thrown in there as well. Unfortunately, we haven't got things like the Soccerettes or anything like that. But at the end of the day, AFC Bournemouth related content every morning, especially during the transfer period, when it was coming thick and fast, we'd review all the comments and all the rumours, however big or small they were, be it from media outlets or be it from, some man off the street who's turned around and said, oh, you know what, this player's linked to AFC Bournemouth, and it's normally rubbish. But it's a great place to collect all of that together and talk about okay, is this player somebody who might actually fit into our mold, or is this something that is completely and utterly ludicrous? So yes, it started off as a small idea. We went with it and saw how it went, and it boomed and boomed and boomed and boomed, and we have got lots of other friendly faces that have joined us over time, and we'll meet a couple of them. Of course, Malcolm and Ollie, are big parts of this show. They've been doing it for the past week, and thank you to them for doing that. But yes, it's grown and grown. It's grown our team, it's grown the channel, and this is what this channel's all about. A lot of people used to look at this as, the Craig Beasley channel, and it's not. It's not. This is a fans channel. This is an AFC Bournemouth fans channel. This belongs to everybody, and this is a channel that we hope everybody will get involved in, not just now, but in the future as well. So if you are interested in getting involved, you are more than welcome to. And it's led us on to some great things as well. Of course, the Football Content Awards coming up. We're having a fantastic season. I had to do a video outside the ground yesterday because I was so buzzing about that. I did get some stick off Nottingham Forest fans beforehand. And it's things like that, and it's moments like that. And then, in fact, fans are actually coming up to us. We met Paul yesterday. There was fans that come up to me during the video that I did, and come up, hug me, talking about the game. This is what it's all about. This is how we're going to grow. And this is what is great about a YouTube channel like this.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree with you more. But before Craig introduces our guests, obviously Ollie and Malcolm couldn't be with us this morning. Ollie's a little bit under the weather, bless him. Long travel back home yesterday. And of course, Malcolm is traveling back to Berlin this morning, but he is in the chat, in the comments. So he will be having his bit of input. But Craig, introduce our guests.
Yes, I shall do. And the first guest I'm going to introduce is a man that has been on most Fridays with you, actually, since Cherry AM's inception, and that is Paul Ray from Down Under. Absolutely brilliant content. How you doing, Paul? You okay, mate?
Yeah, good. 7 degrees here, raining and windy is the report.
How's that again?
The weather report. We love that every morning.
Yeah, horrible. And it's only going to be 13 maximum tomorrow. So, as you know, I've been in the UK and I only got back 5 days ago. So I'm a little bit, I don't know what I'm doing at times, but I'm all right. But it's a long way, mate. A long way. 28 hours coming back. Shocking with delays.
I'm going to say it now because I say this every single morning. Isn't it always hot in Australia? I just don't get this concept that is.
No, not today.
Fair enough.
I've got a little surprise. Oh, I better wait for our other guest, hadn't I?
Yes, yeah. I tell you what, let's go down under again, because we have got Mr. Darren Hurst, and he's not on. He's not at work today. You're not with the hard hat and the high vis this morning. You're not seeking out a room to actually hide in to do this show. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, gents. Great to see you all. Weather report for Perth. Sorry to outdo you here, Paul, but we're 27 degrees today, sunny. So it just goes to show. 5-hour flight between me and Paul, and how there can be two completely different weather regions.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I'm learning something about Australia whilst doing this show as well. That it's not always sunny. What you see on Home and Away and Neighbours, Summer Bay, all right, don't go swimming in the sea because it's got sharks in there. But, at the end of the day, it's, It's just brilliant, and we're bringing the whole world together. All here on Up the Cherries in all departments. So yeah, and good to see you.
Just while we're on that subject, I brought this along, guys. So 100 today. 100
I love it.
So there's a little bottle on there because it's 7 o'clock at night here, so I can have a little bottle of that. You can't. But 100 today, and I'm not looking too bad for 100, am I? So. Just thought I'd put that on there. So it's really nice to be on, and it's good to be on with Craig and Darren. As you say, I'm on with Matt this Friday, but looking forward to that. But it's been an experience for me. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it as well, and a lot of people I know have enjoyed it as well over this side of. I mean, he's on the easy side in the west, mate. Western Australia here, Darren.
That's the west side, east side.
Yeah, I'm east. I'm an east side. Yeah. I'm an east side gangster, Daz. You're a west sider. You're a west sider wuss.
Australian gangsters this morning. Australian gangsters. I do think it's time though that we quickly, before we carry on with what we're going to discuss this morning, which isn't yesterday's game, we do have Cherry Slaps for that tonight live at 7 p.m. But let's just quickly jump into the comments. And Dan Short, happy 100th show and a brilliant result for men's and ladies teams this week. Up the Cherries. Yeah, thank you for that, Dan. And he is off to work today with the Dorset Children's Foundation in BOSCOMBE.
Fantastic cause as well.
Absolutely. Good morning, Chris, as always. wouldn't be a Cherry AM without you in the comments. So it's good to see you. And of course, one of our fellow co-hosts, Malcolm. Good morning from Bournemouth Coach Station. Obviously, Malcolm is travelling back this morning, but otherwise he would have been here with us.
Malcolm, make a guest appearance. You've got the link. You know,
It depends on the Wi-Fi, doesn't it, for Malcolm?
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations on the 100 show, guys, and of course, congratulations to you, Malcolm, as well, because you contribute just as much as the rest of us.
100%.
Congratulations from Chris on 100 shows. A gentleman that we had the pleasure of meeting yesterday.
Yes.
Paul. Good morning, everyone, and congratulations on the 100th show.
Good to see you, Paul. Good to see you, and a pleasure to meet you yesterday.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Yeah, it was nice to meet him, wasn't it? Definitely outside the club shop yesterday.
Yeah.
And Sean phoned up. Sean, obviously, who's been on the channel before. Sean's phoned up 6:06 on Radio 5 last night, and he put some very good points across to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. And I'm sure Sean will be putting his input into Cherry Slaps later, so it'd be interesting to hear some of Sean's points.
Yes, 100%.
Must be Craig. It hasn't started yet.
And it begins.
Excellent performance yesterday. Sure was, Jamie. It was great to get a win, but as we've said, later on, Cherry Slaps, we'll be discussing that this evening. He's getting sacked in the morning. Yeah,
I think that's about me, isn't it? Am I getting sacked from here or elsewhere? I can't sack myself.
I love the comment on the over here. He said he's getting sacked in the car park. Did you hear that one?
Yes. Yeah. Chanted that yesterday.
Right.
2 minutes late, Craig. They got your cards marked, Craig. They got your cards marked.
I know.
Jimenez right back was brilliant yesterday too. Absolutely, he was. Yeah. But like you say, we're discussing the game tonight, Jamie, and I'm sure you'll join us on Cherry Slaps later on this evening. Sacked in the morning. Yellow card for Craig. In fairness, it was kind of a group this morning. We were having a few discussions before we come on live, so it's a group hit this morning. Get better soon, Wes Fogden, ex-Cherry, with a fractured neck after knee to the neck. Yes, the game was actually called off. And yeah, that is a very, very nasty injury. So yeah, we'll send in Wes all the very, very best from us all at the channel, because it was a nasty, nasty injury. So hope he gets better very, very soon. Vanessa is in the house, and I'm sure the whole family are. The whole family watch.
Yeah, they'll be there.
Tune in. Had the pleasure of meeting them all when Paul was in the UK. So yeah, it was great to meet everybody, and yeah, big fans of the show, especially on a Friday, I believe. Yellow card for Matt and Craig. Okay, yeah, like I say, we're taking it together.
Yeah, I'm blaming you today. Yeah,
I'll take
the day, you know, I get the blame all the time. You know, to be honest, most of the time it is my fault. But you know.
Yes. Well, yeah. Okay, I'll take the flak today. But I know Paul will back me up. Myself and Paul are very punctual on a Friday.
Yes, you are.
We've never been booked, have we, Matt?
Oh, I don't think so.
You're always early. So you know, at the end of the day, you know, process of elimination.
I think Matt's due for a red one some point, so he's going to cop a card somewhere along the line.
I've already had a couple of sim wins.
He's riding his luck, mate.
Yeah. Jenny Keynes, did you both enjoy the game yesterday, Matt and Craig? We did. We certainly did. Sean, Cherry Slaps should be especially interesting tonight. It certainly will be, Sean.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll be joining us in the comments.
Please do, and we should have a Forest fan as well coming on.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be likely.
Well, to be honest, he has said that he's going to come on. If he should be okay, but you know, when I did my little instant reaction yesterday, he absolutely pegged it when I saw him. I was like, "Come over here, Mr. Door. Come on, and have a chat with us." And he was like, "No," and he just ran.
I saw it. I
think he gave you the V as well, didn't he?
He probably did, yeah.
Best chant yesterday to Dyche was getting sacked in the car park, yeah, which is what Paul just brought up, Jamie. Yeah, that was quite funny, to be fair. Malcolm, hey, Paul, great to see you.
Is that
Sean,
me or Paul Sant? Must be Paul Sant.
Yeah. I suppose it probably would be. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because obviously we all met yesterday.
Yeah.
Sean, Champions League 6-pointer next week. Yeah, it looks like it's turning out to be, doesn't it? Yeah, very exciting times ahead. Good morning from Julie. Good morning to Julie as well. Bob the Builder is in the house, but he's left his hard hat at home.
Oh, Malcolm's got a new nickname for me as well. It's not the best one.
Which one's that?
Have you ever seen Noel's House Party?
Oh, yeah. Enough said about that one.
Yes.
Marinakis, no doubt, was waiting to talk to Dyson in that tunnel yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Nice one, Paul. Okay, he who dares. See ya. Yeah, nice to see you as always. Liam, good morning, Cherries fans. Congratulations on 100 shows. Thank you very much, Liam, and thanks to you for joining us probably on all of them. You seem to be in the chat every day, along with like Chris and many others, so it's always great to see you. Sean, poor Southampton lost the final, lost their first real relegation 6-pointer. What a shame. Yeah, things ain't doing too well down the M27, is it? But like I always say, who cares?
Will still be able to keep his job?
I think he was the wrong appointment anyway, if you want my honest opinion. So, but yeah, as long as things is going well for Bournemouth, I'm not overly bothered really. Exactly. Both Pauls. There we go. Both Pauls.
I've heard Big Ange is after the Southampton job, so that's a blessing, isn't it? So
exactly.
He wants another job. He's hard up. He's doing it tough.
And you two from Mal, Mr. Blobby. There it is. There it is.
I don't know if it's because I'm cheerful or because I've got a little bit of a belly. It might be both, to be fair. But yeah, I love it.
Christmas is coming up.
You do all right. Well, actually, yeah, that could be a money spinner. Actually.
Oh yeah, jolly and a bit of a belly.
Yeah, all I need to do is get a costume. What do you call it? Do a reenactment of the Mr. Blobby song, and job done.
No, I wasn't even on about that. I was more on about Father Christmas. Moving swiftly on, Jamie Kane's AFCB ladies won 11-0 this weekend. Overall, a good week for the Cherries. Yeah, absolutely, Jamie, absolutely. And David, Paul. David's joined us. Morning all, happy 100th show. Good to see Paul got back to Oz safely. Great to see you in the UK. Yeah, it was great. It was a pleasure to meet up with Paul.
Thank you. Thanks, Dave, for everything you did for me when I was over there. It was extremely helpful and pointed me in the right direction. When you haven't been there for 25 years, things change massively. But no, good on you, Dave. Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Rodney Trotter, only 11-0, Jamie. They need to work harder. Don't forget the ladies this Wednesday, taking my daughter for the first time to Dean Court. Yep, I am going on Wednesday evening. So, looking forward to that.
Oxford United, isn't it?
Oxford United, under the lights should be a good one. Over 4,000 tickets sold, I believe. So that's really, really positive. And, everyone will be really behind the ladies on Wednesday night, which is excellent. Good morning, Nick. Great to see you. Happy 100th show. Have you received a card from the King? No, not quite. No, not quite. But,
do you guys, do you know if Bill Foley will still be at Dean Court Wednesday, or has he gone?
Well, actually, passed him yesterday. I actually got to say hello to him yesterday, which was nice. He was just walking around the ground with Jim Farola. Managed to say hello to him. Really pleasant guy. But yeah, if he's here Wednesday, I don't know. Maybe he is. But you know what businessmen are like. You know, they're always busy, aren't they? So they're here, there, and everywhere. So, but yeah, who knows? Maybe he will be. I'm not too sure. I'm not a clown, mate.
I'm not sure what that refers to.
No. Please do let us know, Rodney. Sean, I think it's 2 or 3 league games to get to 1,000 days undefeated in the league. That is a massive achievement for the ladies. Massive achievement. And I'm sure they're going to do it. Very, very confident they'll do it. Odds have dropped, and Paul and myself were just discussing this before we come on. The odds have dropped from 300 to 1 to now 150 to 1 for Bournemouth to win the Premier League.
Actually, Coral is 100 to 1.
Yeah. And the information I got over here was it was 800 to 1, dropped to 150 to 1. So maybe I've misheard that. I don't know. Did you hear that, Taz?
I did hear yesterday it was 800 to 1.
It was 800, not 300. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Well, who knows? You know, it has happened. You
remember when Leicester won the league? Do you remember that bloke won all that money?
Yeah.
Some bloke, he won a fortune, didn't he? Remember?
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't it happen again? And it is 10 years this year since that happened.
Really?
It
is 10 years this year. And if you look at every Premier League side, if anybody is going to do that this season, it's going to be ours truly. You know, but would be it's a very, very, very long shot. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself.
You know, Craig, I was talking to an Arsenal fan this morning, and I reminded him that we beat them twice last season.
Yes.
Well, we did. We beat them home and away. That's all we got to do.
I think go up to Man City and get a victory up there. You know, wow. Then, you know, I think
Dreamland.
I think the media pressure will increase significantly if that does happen.
Yeah, we will be in dreamland if that happens, and I think then be time to start believing, won't it? Be time to start believing.
Yeah.
Jamie, wonder what the odds are on the Cherries being in the top 4 this season. Well, if it's 150 to 1 currently to win it, or 100 to 1, depending on where you go, the odds are going to be very, very good for us at the minute to finish in the top 4.
Definitely.
And an update from our friend Malcolm. He's now on the coach. So
I want to see Malcolm. I want to see, what do you call it? If it's possible, I want to see a cameo, you know, from the coach.
In transit.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's us through the comments at the minute. But we've got a bit of a topic today, a topic that Darren has brought to the table and wants to discuss and reminisce, I suppose, really. And it's good that Paul's with us as well, because Paul will have some input from the 70s era. But that's crowd chants and crowd songs. Darren, I'll hand over to you on this one. What made you think of this and want to bring this to the table for today's show?
I mean, with you guys obviously all planning to go to the game together, with Malcolm coming over, it had been planned for a while there. And I think if you're there, you're live, and the crowd gets, you know, going, and you start joining in, I think it just makes 150%, you know, the experience of watching a game with the crowd, as opposed to, like, you know, myself and Paul 9 times out of 10. Lucky Paul obviously went over and saw a game there, but you're sitting watching the live game in front of your TV, and you get excited, you're edgy at your seat, and you're whooping and hollering when we score, and, you know, damn ref and everything else when it don't go your way. But just, it's like music. People can hear a song from 20 years ago, and it takes you straight back to that moment. And I think it's the same with football chants. You know, the Bournemouth are pretty vocal for a small stadium, quite intimidating to the opposition, and they get behind the team. And it's all part of that Bournemouth family. You know, all the fans are part of the club. and singing the chants and getting everyone going. I think it's a good topic for discussion.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Craig, let's go with you first, because he's very, very excited yesterday. He can contain himself outside the club shop. Your favourite chants? What's been your favourite chants and songs from over the years? I've got a couple, but what's yours?
Yeah. Probably, apart from Up the Cherries in all departments, which is sang Up the Cherries and then somebody else replies in all departments because of the channel name. The one that really stuck with me is Eddie Had a Dream.
Oh.
Absolutely love that song, because at the end of the day, it kind of reminisces on where we come from. Having to sign players on loan, couldn't even afford a transfer fee. It's a million miles away from where we are now. Back in those days. But I think that's probably my favorite. Not sangers anymore, because of course, Eddie Howe's gone to Newcastle and Iriola's come in. But that's the one that sticks with me because of that history element. And it was just great to sing that, to all these Premier League sides, that didn't know anything about Bournemouth. Some of their fans, like Man United fans from around the globe, probably didn't even know who Bournemouth were, didn't probably know that we existed all those years ago, around the globe. And it's something that really only us and another couple of clubs, I know Fulham had their problems, Brighton had their problems, Brentford had their problems. Only us and a couple of other clubs can actually, sing about how well we've gone from being rock bottom to the glory days. I'd love to see a more modern adaptation which remembers those days, but also ties in Iriola.
Do you know, Craig? I'll interrupt you there. The one thing that sticks with me, you talk about that song, is if you're a true Bournemouth supporter all your life, the success we are seeing now as a club is so much sweeter for us guys than the people that roll up, they want to see Man United or they want to watch the Liverpool game. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying, for people that have been through the hard yards, like I know we have. I was there. You guys were there too. When you see this sort of stuff, it blows your mind. This team, I don't want to go off the subject, but this team that we have is the best squad I think we've ever had. I'm not joking. I think you wait. There's so much to come. Gannon Dokes. You wait. When you get to the team, I'll tell you, this is a brilliant squad that we've got.
Yeah,
we got to keep it together. But it's sweeter for us because I've stood on the Brighton beach end with 2,700 on a Tuesday night watching Northampton. Not knocking Northampton, but a 0-0 draw in the rain. I've done it, and you look back, and I can remember with the Millwall fans. I stood with the Millwall fans behind the goal once when I was 14, and stuff like that. You grow up with all this, and the real rough times.
You survived as well with the Millwall. You survived with the Millwall fans back in the day.
I'll make it very brief, had a little incident there. I ended up I was 14 and silly. We're all silly at 14, aren't we? But, and I went up the Brighton beach end and I could see them, that all the coaches had arrived from Millwall. There were about 3 or 4 coaches and they all went up that end and they were rough as guts in those days, mate, and I ended up behind the goal with them. I thought, what am I doing here? I think I might have been with Dave DaCosta. Dave, who's going to watch the show later. But we'll move on. I don't want to hog the show. It just brings back a lot of memories. It's sweeter for us. Enjoy it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Even, and don't get me wrong, when I first moved down to Bournemouth and took an interest in my local side, I thought it was going to be such a fleeting visit. The main reason being is because the club were in such a mess. The club were, the stories about, of course, Jeff Mostyn that has come out since, those were the reality of what was going on at that day. And that's why, to experience that and then to experience what we're doing today, it makes you so much more appreciative than, you know, a Man United fan who goes to school and thinks, right, I want to support Man United.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't know what the real journey, the real success is. And in fact, you know, I bet some of their fans are quite envious of us and having that journey, because it's something they'll never have.
Do you know, I think the tables have turned in the last couple of months. I think teams now need to think, wow, hang on, we've got to play Bournemouth. What? Well, you know, they've got to worry about us. We used to worry about the West Broms and you know, in the old days and that, but that was a huge game if we played West Brom. But now we're
worried about Morecambe.
I know. I know. And the whole thing's turned on its head. And if we don't get some stand named after Eddie Howe, I'm going to be very cross with these extensions, because this guy, without him, we wouldn't be here. We would not be here.
Absolutely.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot
100%.
on. Paul, have a little think back to the 70s and the Chants and some of the songs you used to sing. No, sorry, I'm just going to jump back into the comments, then we'll come to you.
You're right.
We'll come over to Daz, because I know Daz has got a couple that sticks firmly in his memory from the, well, what should we say, Daz? Let's be easier on you, a bit late 80s.
He's a nipper.
Sean, we keep breaking records against teams each season, so City away, a win would be a new record. Yes, it would do. 100%. Certainly would be. Jamie, just imagine the scenes if we win at City. Yeah, absolutely. As Chris Sutton said to Sean, we won't win it, but we can. And that's, quite interesting, actually.
Oh, hang on. Whilst we're on that, Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage also turned around to me and said that Scott Parker shouldn't be sacked. What happened? We sacked him.
Wow.
The rest is history. Hey, Chris, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, you know, but if you are watching this, we're going to do it again.
Nick Gillins, agree, Jamie. There has to be a first time. Absolutely. Croupy, with another excellent strike. Yeah, like we say, Jamie, we're going to be discussing all that later tonight on Cherry Slaps. So, and it was a superb strike, Nick. Absolutely. Sean, I know it's obvious, but just checking. Did Dean Court to Wembley? Yeah, so the red flag flying high. Did that start when we first went to Wembley? No, we were singing that for, forever and a day from what I can remember from when I was coming up. So, no, that's been around for years and years. Morning, lads. Great win yesterday. For me, it's Nonny's song. It's a special one. Absolutely, Ethan. And thank you for joining us. Great to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Nick, no, it's been a chant for years. Yeah, absolutely. Jamie, hopefully we can get 4 points at least from next 2 games, draw in next one, and then win at Villa would be good. Yeah, let's see what happens there, Jamie. The channel doesn't pay me enough to make too many live appearances.
Oh dear.
There's your answer, Craig. I don't think he's coming on today, but he's here in spirit.
Oh, Malcolm, come on. We wanted to see you as you go past Southampton. I want to see you come on here and just give him the middle finger.
Yeah. Hopefully see you on Cherry AM again this week, Malcolm. You certainly will, Jamie. Great words about the old days and where we've come from. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously it goes back even before when, Craig was talking. I mean, I remember obviously the Winter Gardens and not knowing when our last, I think it was Bristol City away, it could have been one of our last ever games. And we went up there, we won 1-0. I think Ian Cox scored a header. And that could have been our last game. But, luckily it wasn't. And, it's great. Also, obviously, Jeff Moyston's got his book out. If you haven't read it, Trevor Watkins has also got a book. It's been out for years and years and years. He come on the channel with me and Craig. He did an interview. Must be about 2-3 years ago now, Craig.
Yeah, it is. It's a 2-part series as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And, so, 2 great books there that are, really crucial to this club's history. So if you haven't read them, give them a read.
And I just want to add to that as well. There's those 2 great books, but also let's not forget, God bless him, he's passed away fairly recently. Eddie Mitchell come on this show as well, a proper gentleman. So
Yeah,
please do
100%.
go and listen to what Eddie said to me. It was an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure to speak to him, and yeah, I was quite upset
Right.
when I found out the news.
It
You're
was
right,
a really
Craig.
good. Sorry, Paul. It was a really
No,
good
go.
interview with Jeff Mostyn, who paid tribute to Eddie and recognised that, you know, the work he'd done for Bournemouth. He put himself there when, you know, people were turning the other way. So hats off to Eddie and rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great interview you guys did with Eddie Mitchell. I watched it. Very much impressed with that interview. You know, not everybody took to him, but boy, without him and without the two Eddies, we'd be playing at Poole Town. We would.
Agree 100%. 100%. He was the first man, you know, in my opinion, to properly stabilise the club, and he had ambitions and aims, and it was just very sad how it all ended for Eddie. But you know, God rest his soul. You know, I know he's no longer with us, but you know, he'll be forever a hero of this football club.
Very much.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. Robert Thompson, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Great respect also to Helen Blizzard and Steve Cuss and the continued performance of the girls team. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see them doing so well. I've not been to a Cherries ladies game before, so I'm really, really looking forward to going on Wednesday night. You all right there, Daz?
Basil Brush, boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
I'll let you two down below take that one. That's not my era. All right.
I thought it was Sean Dyche. I wasn't sure my glasses are gone. But
here you go, Paul. One from Paul. Probably for you, Paul. Can you remember the cage in the Brighton Beach end?
it doesn't come to mind.
What I remember from the old ground is when I first started going, the fences were still up. And I remember in the Brighton Beach end, I think once they took the fences down, and in the South End, I think they left the poles in the ground still that used to hold the fence up.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember much about. I mean, I'm going back to work when I was 4 years old.
I saw Ted score the most magnificent overhead kick on a Wednesday night. I was with Dave DeCosta, and I was right behind it at the Brighton Beach end, and to see him do a really beautiful overhead kick was never heard of in the 70s, that stuff. And he scored some goal, and I believe it was against Franco Farrell's Manchester United in the League Cup down there. I was right, you know how sometimes you're just in the right spot to see the goal. I always remember that. Would be going way back. But the Brighton Beach had a history of all. I can remember getting soaked down there. I couldn't afford it. It was about £1. I couldn't afford to go in the other stuff when I was younger. But yeah, a lot of history.
Absolutely. This is one here that Nick's brought up. Two favourites from the late 80s and early 90s. Molly Malone and No One's Heard of Us. Now, Molly Malone, there was a book written by a fan, and it was called Molly Malone. And I had a copy of it, and I can't find it anywhere. So if anyone remembers that book, do pop it in the comments. It was written by a fan. I remember the picture. I think the fan who wrote the book was pictured in front of the South End, and I've looked everywhere for that book, and I can't find it. So if anybody knows about it, do pop it in the comments. Super Fletchers is a great song, yeah. And obviously when, he comes on the pitch every now and then, we all still sing it. Great hero of the club, obviously. Ethan, yes, Chris, great one. Fletch will always be a club legend. Absolutely, Ethan. Favourite AFCB game of all time, Craig and Matt? Right, to answer that one on behalf of myself and Craig, Jamie, that is probably a really difficult question to answer this morning. But myself and Craig will take that question on board, and we might do a show and reminisce on some of our favourite all-time games at some point. So
I think so.
Hold fire, because it's a really good question, but it's one that we haven't got time to go into detail with this morning. And we probably would like to think about that.
There's so many actually that just come
many.
to mind, and so yeah, I agree. We will do a special show about that.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you, Ethan, from Chris. Sean, also the draw for the second round of the Women's FA Cup is tonight. Yes, it is. It is. So it'll be interesting to see who we pull out of the hat for the next round. Liam's favourite chant is the -17. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the reference to the Basil Brush comment there, Daz. Don't wish to disturb the other passions, showing a bit of respect. Absolutely. No, absolutely understand that. Nick Gillins, Eddie Mitchell interview was really good. After Eddie took over the running of the club, there were people who were wise after the event, claiming they would have invested. Very interesting. Very interesting. But they didn't, and Eddie Mitchell did. Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had that book. Yes. It was by a fan called Andy, but I can't remember his surname. It was Where Were You at Greasy Road? That was it. Yes. I don't know why. Yeah, he's given it away. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, because I'm going to still try and look for that book. I've got it somewhere, and I remember buying it in the club shop years and years ago. That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nick. That's made my day. Right, Paul. Some of the chants from the 70s and some of the songs on the terraces. Is there any that you can surprise us with that we might not know?
I doubt it, but I can go back a bit further than that to the 60s.
Excellent.
And I can just remember that over the years, I think they've become ruder, the songs, and more subtle and more refined than what it was. I mean, I just remember the innocence of when a goalkeeper was having a bad game in the 60s, and he'd take the goal kick and he'd muck it up, and everybody go, whoa, windy. It's that. Do you remember that, Daz? When they'd say that, windy? I mean, it's just so.
Remember,
you do?
I remember another word. It began with boo, and it would end in it's.
Well, maybe it moved on to that. I mean, the standard ones. I used to go to abuse the referees mainly, but poor Ethan. But when they didn't get it right, but I never took much notice of the songs. But the obvious ones, there's a few, was "Get Into 'Em." Where they used to get into 'em. You know that repetitive. Do you remember that or not? No, not so much. Yeah. And the other one, of course, is "Come On You Reds," which gets very confusing when both teams play in red. I remember we were playing Notts Forest and someone was singing "Come On You" at Dean Court, and they were singing "Come On You Reds," and I thought, well, is that the Forest fans or is that the Bournemouth fans? There you go. There's one for you, Matt.
Yeah, that's the book. Craig's just researched it there.
Really. I like Craig's one. I like the -19 for Eddie. I love that. I mean, he deserves every accolade he gets, that guy. Every accolade he gets. And you know what? For you, in your age group, I've always thought this in my heart. I don't think we've seen the last of Eddie. I really don't. I think I might be long gone off this planet. I reckon he'll come back one day. I really do. This is his baby. This is his baby. Yeah, who he comes back, if he comes back with Jason Tyndall, I don't know, but I've always had that feeling he hasn't finished with Bournemouth yet. Crazy.
I think they've still got a base in the area as well.
Has he still got a house?
Yeah, and I believe, JT definitely does, but yeah, I know
that man has got red blood in his veins, mate. Oh, Julie, my niece. Hi, Julie. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Julie, for that. Congratulations on our 100th show. There's been so many over the years. Do you know what? One of my favourite ones was the Nathan Ake one.
Yes.
Playing with Frano and Cookie. And, I thought that was an excellent chant. But also, do you know what? Walking in a Machin Wonderland as well always sticks in my mind. What was it?
That's a good one.
He's fat and he's balding, walking in a Machin Wonderland.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, and I'm sure Nick, if you're still watching, I'm sure Nick remembers that one very well as well. But, some great chants over the years. And I think we used to sing a chant to Steve Robinson to the theme of Mrs. Robinson, but I can't remember the words.
Isn't it Stevie
Robinson?
Robinson?
Yeah,
Stevie,
but I can't remember
what the rest of it is. Though.
Yeah, I can't remember what the rest of it was, but yeah, no, I remember singing that in the stands years and years ago. But Dazza, go on, knock us out. What's your favourites from over the years? Because this is obviously your little segment for today. So over to you, buddy.
Yeah. So first one I remember vivid because it was the first time I stood in the stands playing Man U in the cup game, and Harry Redknapp's Red and Black Army. That the chants were coming through, and I was like, wow. The atmosphere just made the heckles on the back of my head stand up. And, yeah, that song I remember vividly. And that was when I first started following Bournemouth. I actually went there. I remember I did a show with Craig. I was a Man United fan. And, that turned me to Bournemouth, little old Bournemouth. And the atmosphere and the Harry Redknapp's Red and Black Army song, that really takes me back. And the other one, I've actually got a video of it because I'd like to keep our generations, the younger generations, following Bournemouth. And me grandson, I'm not allowed to be called granddad. It's too old a name. So he calls me Granddads. So my name is Granddads. And this is a video from about 2 years ago. Yeah, Granddads. And this is a video from 2 years ago when I first started getting interested in Bournemouth. So I'm going to put it on and hopefully you'll see it pretty well. What's this say? We're from Bournemouth, sunny Bournemouth. If you can't hear us, sing a little louder. We're from Bournemouth, sunny Bournemouth. If you can't hear us, sing a little louder. We're from Bournemouth, sunny Bournemouth. If you can't hear us, we'll sing a little louder. So that one, that one brings back memories. The chants in the stand, and then just to pass that on to my grandson and have him join in the song with me. It's just it takes you back. Like I say, it's like old songs in the music industry. The same for me for football chants. And hopefully my grandson, in years to come, he'll remember me with that song, and hopefully he'll still be following Bournemouth.
Oh, he will be. He will be. You 100%. Know, once a cherry, always a cherry.
Exactly. Hey, Daz, I got 3 of them here, over here. Yep. 3 grandkids, and I bought them all a Bournemouth shirt. Cost me an arm and a leg. But, you know, in the club shop, suddenly everything's 50 quid, and I'm like, what? Okay, crazy. But they all, and I gave them their shirts on the Thursday, and they all had Cherry shirts on, and they look great. They had a photo taken and that. But I know what you mean. Lovely that another generation's growing up. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. That's lovely. Obviously, we went in the club shop, didn't we, Paul? We were looking at the shirts, and yeah.
And you know, Maddie, you know my grandson Tommy, he went and played in Sydney again. He scored 4 on Saturday.
Oh, did he?
4. He got 4 in the game. Yeah.
Wow.
Again.
I'm following him on Instagram, and I've seen some of his videos. And I tell you what, and I'm not just saying this because Paul's here, but that kid has got a real talent. Yeah. Honestly, he's got an Instagram page, and the family load up videos of him playing. And I tell you what, the ball sticks to that guy like glue. He's gonna play at a very, very decent level. Very decent level. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't, because he's got absolutely everything about the game at his age. How old is he again, Paul? Is it 8?
He's only 9, but he does stuff like the way. I mean, at 9, I didn't know what I was doing on a football pitch, but he'll pass a ball, and the weight of the ball for the player to run onto is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
like it's just the perfect ball, and he's got kids pulling his shirt, shoving him, and he still turns them and gets away from them. You know, you've seen it. But anyway, sorry.
He's a fantastic little player, and I know the family tune in sometimes as well. So if they're watching, send my best wishes to them all. Let's pop back to the comments before we wrap up, because it's been a great show today. It's been great to have everybody join us. Obviously, myself and Craig, thank you both, and thank everybody in the chat. But let's just jump back in one last time before we wrap up. If Andoni goes, I see Eddie Howe coming back. He would be welcomed with open arms.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Anybody... See, I know that there's always these comparisons about Andoni and Eddie Howe. You know, I would rather quash those, because at the end of the day, it's two different eras, two different great managers. We got to respect them both. You know, Eddie got us here. Andoni, well, where is this story going to end? You know, hopefully it's going to end in doing something remarkable. And you know, I know we were dreaming and, you know, saying, oh yeah, we could win the Premier League and all this sort of things. But, you know, let's be honest, an achievement, he's already achieved a hell of a lot at this football club. You know, what he does achieve from now on is probably a bonus, and, you know, will always be remembered.
I think personally he's got a job to do for England first before he comes back to Bournemouth, in my personal opinion. I think England is the next job.
You know what? We've still got the FA Cup this year, haven't we? Bournemouth.
No, we still have, yeah.
Well, you know, he loves that. He loves doing the FA Cup. You remember we got to round 5, didn't we? And
the quarters,
Not much more of a step, is it? See Bournemouth at a cup final.
No, that is a dream. That, and obviously, if we were to lift the Premier League, would obviously be a dream. But also the FA Cup final would be a dream, and even winning it would be, you know, absolutely
automatic Europe. Automatic Europe.
Yeah, yes. That is true. That is true, Paul. Jamie, congratulations on 100 show. Won't be long until the 200th comes along. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be, Jamie. Nick Gillins, so the reference to, I think, the Matron in the Wonderland. And he did give us the song for Stevie Robinson. Score a goal, Stevie Robinson. We will love you more than you will know. Yeah, now it's back in there. Vanessa, fantastic 100th. Keep it going. Will do, Vanessa, and thank you for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm sure you'll join us again later on in the week. Dan Short, Super Fletch, and Jermaine scored 10 in a row. Yes, yes. I think I had a T-shirt with that on it, actually. We've got Harry Redknapp on the wing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really know that one. Paul, does that ring a bell?
Look, I remember Harry playing on the right wing. I can remember him very clearly. Obviously, he was I think he was £30,000, and he got injured. He didn't have that many games, but I can't remember the chant.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent show. Thank you, Jamie, for agreeing with everybody else in the chat. It's been a great show today. Thank you. Junior's on fire. Your defence is terrified.
I like that.
Yeah, that's excellent. I like that. Yeah. Nick, agree, Matt. England next. I think it is. It's got to be. It's a natural progression. To do what he's done at Newcastle is a fantastic job. And I think it's just a natural progression, isn't it?
I'll say it now. And I might regret this. If there's one man that will win us the World Cup, he's Eddie Howe.
Yeah. I think everybody agrees with you. And I think, Craig, just to say that is probably one of the most sensible things you've said over this weekend. But
thanks, Matt.
That's no and this is a good one. Who let Defoe out? Because at the time that was in the charts. Who let the dogs out? And
yes,
thing. Who let Defoe out? Yeah. Remember that one well, Paul. And Rodney Trotter put Krupi in my fantasy Premier League week 5. I'm not daft. Yeah,
keep him in there, Lord Rodney Trotter.
Absolutely,
keep him in there.
Absolutely. Well, Craig, I'll hand over to you to close.
Yeah, no problem. So thank you everybody for joining us on this 100th show. Look at that. Paul can go and drink the whiskey. You know, I can't. I've got to go and work in a minute. But thank you, everybody, for getting involved. Hey, if you're a commenter or a contributor or whatever you do for this channel, you are part of this channel. So please take our thank yous seriously. You know, we appreciate every single one of you. And if you do want to get involved, you're all more than welcome. You're all more than welcome. And we will grow and grow and grow and grow, most hopefully. And of course, hopefully we'll win an award very soon as well. So fingers crossed. We're up against some, top channels.
You know what, Craig? It's actually an honour to be mentioned in that bracket. That in itself is an achievement.
Definitely.
Just to be nominated is an achievement. If we don't win it, we don't. If we win it, we're great. That in itself is an achievement. Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Well, we're winning most things at the moment, so you never know. You never know.
Well, it's 150 to 1, mate. You better go for it. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I might do. I might have a tenner on it.
Can you have a lineup for the rest of the week, Craig?
I will probably be on tomorrow, and I'm thinking that my co-host will probably be Malcolm, but hold that space. And then we will determine what we're going to do for the rest of the week. We're going back to 5 days a week at this moment in time, but we might drop a day, just depending on, the news. If there's nothing to talk about, you don't really want me to talk about Tomb Raider games for much longer. So, I'll spare you that. But no. Thank you so much for coming on, Paul, and thank you so much for coming on, Darren. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. And Matt, thank you as well, mate, for making this channel what it is.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be on, and it's a pleasure to, obviously, through this channel, I've met, obviously, Paul. We've met Malcolm. We've, Ollie's come on board. Daz has come on board. So, yeah, it's great. It's I like the community of it. It's really good. So, and that kind of concludes. So thank you to everybody. Join Craig and I'm sure, like you said, Malcolm tomorrow. But until the next one, guys, all that's left to say is up the cherries.
Up the cherries.
Cheers, guys. Up the cherries.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.